Much love, much love. Welcome back to WarrenGami. So today we're going to be creating a fun origami model, and this is like a human figurine, I like to call it. And I really like making these simple human figurines because you can shape them to many different positions. You can make them running, depending on how you want to fold them. You can make them running, sitting, meditating, doing a lot of different things. And so I really like to construct this simple human figurine whenever I want to create like a scene of humans doing something. And there's so many levels to the shaping and the forming of this model. So there's a lot of room for and potential for like freestyling and creating your own custom version of this. But I'm going to teach you how to make the basic version of it, and then I'll leave it up to you for your own artistic interpretation for how you want to shape it and form it. So in order to create this human figurine, we're going to be using a 6 by 6 inch square of origami paper. All right, and so to begin, we're going to fold 2 diagonals like so, and we're going to start by folding corner to corner. Make precise folds and crease sharply. Unfold. Next, we're going to fold the opposite corner to corner. And unfold. Our next step will be flipping the model over. And now we're going to be folding edge to edge, like so. And then we're going to rotate counterclockwise about a quarter, and then repeat by folding edge to edge. And unfold. Now I want us to flip the model over once more. And as you can see, the paper is popping out like this. What I want you to do is put your finger right down the center point, press down until it pops up in the other direction. All right. And now what we're going to be doing is I want you to put your fingers on the mid lines of both edges, these opposite edges. Put them together, bring these 2 edges together like this. And then I just want you to squash the entire model from top to bottom, like so. Okay. And that will have created what we call a water bomb base. So you should have 2 flaps in the front like this, 2 flaps in the back. So it should look something like this. Now from this base, I want us to fold this top point of this triangle to the bottom edge, right down the middle line, like so. Unfold. And here, let me zoom in for y'all. Now, I want us to fold this top point to the line that we just created, right down the center, like so. Unfold. And then I want us to fold this bottom edge to the middle line. And hold the paper together so it doesn't slip. Fold all those edges up and then unfold. All right. Now, what I want us to do is fold this top portion down, and then I want you to fold this point up to the top edge, right down the center line, like so. This. Then I want you to fold this entire section down, and then now fold this bottom edge to the top edge, like so. Now we're going to repeat that process with the next section. We're going to fold the entire section down, and then fold this edge to the top edge. And then lastly, we're going to flip the entire model over and fold this bottom edge to the top edge. Should create this sort of pattern. Now, if we unfold all of those by pulling them apart like this and flattening it out, it creates this sort of edged pattern. Now what I want us to do is gently unfold the entire model. And now, let me zoom back out. You'll be able to see that we have this pattern that we've created, right? Our next step is we're going to be making a series of parallel lines, about 4 folds, that are going to help us with shaping the head and the torso of our model. And I'm going to mark where we're going to be doing these folds. Essentially, these folds, as you can see, there's radiating squares coming out from the center. So we're going to be making lines that go like this, like this, and then another set of parallel lines going like this and like this. Okay. So these are going to be the lines that we're going to be making. In order to make them, I'm going to rotate the model clockwise about 1/4. I'm going to first start with these inner lines. So I'm going to take my model, I'm going to fold up to that first square like there, and then fold it down on that line, and then unfold. And then I'm going to repeat that on this line. So I'm going to fold down on that square, and fold across. Now I'm going to repeat it on these 2. Fold up to this square, fold over, and fold down from this square. Make sure everything is lined up and fold over. Okay. Now we've made those pre-creases. What we're going to be doing now is collapsing this model. And in order to collapse the model, what we're going to be doing is essentially out of all these radiating squares, we're going to be folding them in like so. See how each edge, I'm going to be folding in and rotating like this, rotate, and finally rotate to this last one. And then I also like to pinch these corners like this. And as you can see, we folded these like a mountain fold right here, or valley fold, pardon me. So it's going to look like this. Then I'm going to flip the model over, and I'm going to repeat that process where I'm going to be folding these edges in one unit once more. Like so. And again, pinching the corners. And again, I'm going to repeat by flipping the model over and just basically alternating this fold where I'm folding all of these edges in, back and forth until I get to the center. So you can watch me and follow along. Flip it over and repeat the process. It sort of gets a little easier as you're going further into the model. Keep flipping it over. almost there. Now, when you get to your the last like inner square, like how we have here, all you're going to be doing is pressing down in the middle, press down in the middle, and then push everything in like that. Okay. And you see it looks a little messy right now. In order to clean up all these folds, what I like to do is fold it flat in one direction and pinch, and just be gentle with this. And then once it's like that, I like to fold it in the other direction as well. So I'm going to fold it this way as well. All right. Now, what I want us to do is find the the side with the 4 lines that we made. You see how we can see, I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, we can see there's 4 lines that we've made. If I open it up, you'll see here. So this side, we're going to open it up, and we're going to leave these 2 down like this. And these are going to end up being our arms. These are going to end up being our legs, okay? Now, in order to make the head and torso, what we're going to do is lift this top section up like so. Open it up a little bit. Now, I'm going to show you from the center. I want you to count from this corner. You're going to count 1, 2, 3 units, right? 3 units from the center. So 1, 2, 3 from the top of that inner that center square. And then I want you to, you're gonna from behind, you're gonna poke from behind and push this line right here. You're gonna push it up on those 3 units. See that? So I have from the center, 1, 2, 3. And then what we're gonna be doing on in this section right here, we're gonna push this in like so. And what that's going to do is create this line. So we actually have 4 units here now. So from the center square, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 units up. And what we're going to do here is now we're going to create a diagonal here and here. And by pinching this side on the arm, and then again, I'm keeping my finger in on this inside here as leverage. I'm pinching and pushing it in like so. And then I just fold this arm down and I pinch. And now we're going to do the same thing on the other side, where again, from this part of the top, this corner of the innermost square, I'm going to be pushing up from behind. Now I can just match it with the 4 units on the opposite side. And again, I push inside here. And then I just pinch the arm gently. Push it in and fold it down. And now we've created, and I like folding the arms up as well, like this. So now we've kind of created our basic form of the model. So now all that's left is what we call shaping, right? It's molding, shaping, whatever you want to call it. And I'll show you the way that a basic form of shaping it, to shape the arms and the legs. So I like to flip the model over like this. And firstly, I'm going to start with the torso. As you can see from the side, what I like to do is essentially go from the sides and pinch the sides down like this. See how I'm pinching the sides down? And I'll do the same to the opposite side. Like so. Then I like to fold the arms down. And I also like to pinch on the shoulders here. Pinch the shoulders. So I pinch the shoulders like that. And same thing on the opposite side. Pinch the shoulders. Okay. Next, I'll do the same for the legs. So you see the legs and arms. Let's start with the legs first. I'm going to pinch the legs like so. So So it's like I'm folding each extremity in half. Let's do the other leg. Folding each extremity in half, and then we'll do the arms as well. Okay, and now our extremities are a little bit thinner. Now now we need to make some joints, right? Because our figure's a little stiff. So in order to make some joints, what I like to do is with our shoulder, what I like to do is push in, make a dent right here in the shoulder, and lift the arm up, right? So we can give some shoulder mobility. Now do the same thing on the other side. So again, I like to hold here on the shoulder and then pinch and lift it up. All right, just give it some shoulder mobility. And then I also like to take the shoulder and I rotate it down this way. So I rotate the shoulder down this way because that also gives some more mobility to the shoulder. So here again, I'm pinching here, and I just rotate the shoulder around this way. And now we have some shoulders that are a little bit more mobile like this. And now for the legs, let's make some hips. Some hips, basically, I turn, you see how the this edge is facing outwards this way? We want to turn, from the hips, we want to turn that leg in. So I turn it in like this. See how I turned it? That. And now it's facing forward. Now we have a little bit of a hip. And I'll do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to turn it like so. Now we have some hips. And now we need some elbows and some knees. So in order to make the elbows and knees, we can open up. I'm going to start with the elbows. We can open up our model a little bit, the arm right here. And what I like to do is I like to pinch like about halfway, midway from the of the arm. You pinch right here, and then flatten, push down, flatten it like that. And then now from this side, we're going to pinch. And we're almost going to create this little like diamond shape right here. If you could see this little diamond shape. And then what I do is push that together and then pinch to make an elbow. That's one elbow. And I'll repeat that on this side. So again, halfway up, I'm going to pinch and then flatten. And then from the other side, I pinch until I get this diamond shape. Push it together, and then I pinch again to create another elbow. And it's similar process to the knees. Remember, I'm opening up the fold, pinch from one side about halfway down the leg, and then I flatten, and then from the other side, pinch till I get a diamond, push it together, and pinch again. Get the knee, open up the other side, about halfway up the leg, and you can match with the other knee as well. So I'm gonna pinch this way, all the way up to here, push it down, and then from the opposite part, wait till I get that diamond shape, push it together, and then pinch. Okay, so now we got some knees, now we got some elbows. Next, we need to make some hands and some feet. In order to make some hands and feet, we'll go to the hands first. For the hands, I like to open up the hand like this. And then similarly, we're gonna pinch from about up to where the hand would be. And then I want you to open it up like this. So I'm opening up like that. And then I essentially push in like this. And then pinch. And you can make your hands any way you want, really. This is all to taste, but I like doing like that. Now it looks like there's a little hand right here. He's waving hi. Hi, guys. Hi. And then we're going to do the same thing to the other hand. So again, I'm going to open up the hand here. And then from the other side, I'm going to pinch all the way up to where about a hand shape. and then I just push it up and close it like so. And again, here we have another hand waving hi. Hi, guys. All right. Next, we're gonna do the feet. So for the feet, it's a similar process, but now we're just gonna be opening up the model to where we get about to the feet, and then I open it up and then pinch right above it, and I push down and fold this part up, and then close like so, pinch like that. And now we got a foot, and let's do the same on this side. Open up the model from mine, pinch right above the ankle, fold up, pinch, and close. And this is sort of your basic setup for this human figurine. And you can make this figurine do a lot of different things, right? Like you can make them sitting down, right? So whenever you're wanting to make something, make a figurine do something, you want to make sure that the fold is really precise there. So if I wanted to make it sitting down, I'd bend the knees and fold at the hips. Also make sure the elbows and the shoulders are aligned properly. All right, and then I can make it sit down, almost like it's sitting down on my hand right here. See, I have a little sit down. And if I wanted to make it run, right? If I wanted to make it run, I'd get the knee up right here, pinch the knee and the hip up, and then kind of make this one go back. And then we have one arm going forward, the shoulders, and one arm going back. All right, now I have him running. All right, got a little running form. And so on and so forth. So there's a lot of potential for any type of position that you wanted to make. You can make him cross-legged, right? You want to make him cross-legged. Don't be afraid. They're like very malleable. Maybe you want to make him cross-legged and kind of a peaceful yogi vibe. Let's try that. So meditation. Whatever you want to make it be, and this is up to your imagination and creativity. But I really hope you were able to follow along and make this. This is a really fun model that I like to make and kind of pair it with different other models that I make. So I really appreciate you guys following along and staying through the end of this video. Once again, this is WarrenGami. Much love.